$8 to $12 million. Yes, you heard me right. That is an astronomical amount of money, and that's typically the amount it takes to put on a Broadway production. Obviously, at a collegiate level, we're not spending millions of dollars. It sometimes gets up to the hundred thousands, which is still a lot, don't get me wrong, but definitely not millions. You may be wondering why I brought that up. Well, I kind of figured that not too many people are truly aware of all of the processes and the amount of work and time and people it takes to get from point A of a show being an idea to point B, the final product of an audience to enjoy. One of the positions that typically people don't know too much about is assistant stage management. That is my specialty, so I'll be telling you more about that. But on average, you can have 25 to 200 cast and crew people in a show, meaning each person plays an integral role in the show to have it be the best it can be. So if one group isn't performing up to par, literally, the entire show can face a major setback. One of the jobs as an assistant stage manager is to help ensure that doesn't happen. As an assistant stage manager, you're there to fulfill a very unique role. Everyone has a specific set of things they must accomplish. But as an assistant stage manager, you're there to help assist everyone accomplish everything else as well as your own goals. So one of the most important groups is your stage management team. A stage management team consists of, usually, but not always, one head stage manager and 1 to 5 assistant stage managers who are there to help move the process along. As an ASM, you are there to assist. It's unlike any other role, and that all starts at auditions. At auditions, typically the stage manager is inside the room of which everyone is auditioning, with the directors, designers, engineers, and other people who are there to make the production great. That being said, the assistant stage managers are the ones who are outside helping everything go orderly, so when they go inside, it makes sense. Your job as an assistant stage manager at auditions is to take everyone's names, check them in, make sure people are there at the right time, call people if they're not there at their audition time, because if you have an empty slot, that's time wasted on their part, and if that's time wasted on the directors and stage management staff's part, then that's time wasted on yours, because then if that person comes late, they can't audition until later, which means people have to stay later. So there's a whole process you must go through in order to keep this running smoothly. Usually what you need to do is have a pre-made list on a Google Doc that you share with everyone in the production team of who's auditioning and what time they are auditioning, along with their contact information in case someone doesn't show up. Beginning production meetings, which discuss the choices that will be made about the show, you will be having to take minutes. Minutes is a very interesting concept in which you have to make an Excel sheet that you share with the rest of the production staff, and you have to log. If the production meeting is at noon and we start at 12:05, you need to write down production meeting started 12:05. If they start talking about costuming at 12:10, costuming discussion 12:10. Because if someone was not at that meetings, they need to have an explicit log of everything discussed, when, and by who, because when it comes later on to making more tough decisions, you need to be able to look back and have everyone be on the same page. You will also have to do attendance at almost everything you attend, including production meetings and regular rehearsals. Typically, you'd have to make an attendance spreadsheet list, which is a list of all of the people who are in the cast for that rehearsal, because it's different every day, and a list of all of the people who are in the crew. And as they arrive, you have to have them sign in with the time. Now, one of the other things you'll have to do during rehearsal process is making a props list. Props lists can be incredibly tricky because sometimes you have a script that's 500, 600 pages. You basically need to make an Excel spreadsheet and mark the page, scene, and character using the prop, so you can track where it goes, to whom it goes, and what the prop is. In case something gets broken, damaged, lost, or stolen, you can replace it in a timely manner and also fulfill the correct reports for it. Now, this is also especially important in shows that require weapons. Weapons are a very delicate subject, and you need to have a good grip on where it is, who can touch it, and how you can manage it if it somehow gets lost. So one of the other processes are line notes. Line notes can be a pain, truthfully, and it's when the entire cast is off book, meaning they do not have their scripts with them during the rehearsal process, and they have to call line. That means they forgot their line, they skipped a line, something went wrong. So you have to tell them their line while simultaneously marking the mistakes. Typically, what that looks like is making a spreadsheet with a master key. You write down what color each thing means. So if you highlight something in pink, it means they forgot their line. If you highlight it in blue, it means they messed up the wording. And at the end of each rehearsal, you have to retype that and send it out to all of the cast and production staff. One of the final processes to being a good assistant stage manager is your pre-show, during production, and post-show responsibilities. Pre-show responsibilities typically include stuff like sweeping the stage, making sure all of the props are set, and making sure everyone is there on time. Now, during production, it can be anywhere from moving a chair off stage to helping someone with a quick change, and also helping someone who maybe has a fever and now all of a sudden feels sick. As an assistant stage manager, you need to be willing and ready to do anything and everything to help the show go smoothly. Finally, it's post-show. Very simple, you just clean up everyone's mess. It's like being a glorified janitor, except your name is at least on a program. So to be a good assistant stage manager, there are a lot of processes you have to go through. You have to start from point A to point B just like everyone else, but you have a very clear parameter of helping everyone else before you have to fulfill your position. But that being said, you still need to get your own work done, so it's definitely a stressful job. However, I hope this gave you some insight on what it takes to be an assistant stage manager and maybe helps you if you ever decide to pursue this. Thank you.